Have you ever been pushed to the edge, stripped of everything, your wealth, your health, your children, even the people who once claimed to love you? Now imagine enduring all of it for nearly 20 years, in silence, in patience, in complete submission to Allah. This is not the story of an ordinary man. This is the story of a prophet who was tested more severely than anyone around him, yet never once complained. Not a single sigh of frustration escaped his lips. Not a single question of why me left his tongue. This is the story of a man who was broken in body, but never in faith. This is the story of Prophet Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, the man whose name became the very definition of patience. Before we begin, if this is your first time here, subscribe now. Because we don't just tell stories, we revive forgotten legacies, awaken hearts, and bring light to those walking through darkness. Turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the next story that could change your life. Now, let's begin the journey. The blessed beginning Prophet Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, was one of the descendants of Prophet Ibrahim, Alayhi Salam, and he lived in a time of great prosperity. Allah had blessed him with everything that people desire. He had vast lands, fertile crops, countless livestock, camels, sheep, oxen, and horses. He had a large, loving family, many righteous children, and most of all, he had a pure heart filled with gratitude and remembrance of Allah. But what made Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, so special was not the blessings he had. It was his deep humility despite those blessings. He was wealthy, but never arrogant, powerful, but never unjust, loved, but always sincere. He would constantly thank Allah in prayer. He would feed the poor, shelter the homeless, serve the sick. He was a source of comfort for everyone around him. In a world drowning in luxury and pride, he was a mountain of humility. But then came the test, the trials. Begin Allah, the most wise, the most just, chose to test his beloved servant. And it began suddenly. One day, a servant came rushing in, breathless, panicked. "O Ayyub, all your livestock have perished in a storm." He remained silent. Another rushed in moments later. "Your farmland has been destroyed, the crops ruined." Still silence. Then another. "A fire has taken your barns. Everything is gone." One after the other, the blessings Allah had once given were being taken away. But Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, bowed his head and said, "Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to Allah." Not a word of anger, not a complaint, not a sigh. Then came the next test, the greatest loss. His children, his beloved children, the joy of his eyes and comfort of his soul passed away. According to authentic reports, he had many children, and all of them died one after the other. It was grief no father should endure. And yet again, Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, said, "We belong to Allah, and to Him we shall return." He did not fall into despair. He did not say, "Why me?" He did not ask, "What did I do wrong?" He accepted every decree with a heart full of patience and a tongue moist with the remembrance of Allah. But his test was far from over. The test of the body. Allah tested him further, with his health. Painful sores appeared all over his body. His skin broke down. His strength faded. His body became weak and fragile. Day by day, he lost the ability to walk, to move, to hold things, to stand. But the disease did not affect his tongue or his heart. Why? Because those two were always used in the remembrance of Allah, even as his limbs failed him. His heart beat with dhikr. Even as his body crumbled, his tongue whispered, "Ya Allah, you are Ar-Rahman, you are Ar-Rahim." Not one word of complaint, not one whisper of doubt. The people turn away. As his body weakened, the people around him changed. Those who once came for his generosity now avoided him. Those who praised him now whispered rumors. They said, "If Ayyub was truly righteous, would Allah punish him like this?" Even his relatives stopped visiting. His friends disappeared. Only one person remained. His wife. And she became the true example of loyalty in hardship. She cared for him day and night, fed him, cleaned his wounds, comforted his heart. When there was no food, she worked as a servant just to buy him bread. but the whispers of Shaytan crept in. The breaking point. One day, after nearly 2 decades of suffering, she said to him, with love in her heart, "O Ayyub, ask your Lord to relieve you. Your patience has been unmatched. You have never once complained." And Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, turned to her and said, "I lived in comfort for 70 years. Should I not be patient for the same number in hardship?" That was the level of his faith. And yet, in his quietest, most private moment, when he was alone, and only when the pain had reached its highest point, he finally raised his hands and whispered the most beautiful dua ever recorded in the Quran. "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Surah Al-Anbiya 21:83. Not a complaint, not a demand, just a whisper of weakness and full trust in Allah. And Allah responded. The answer from the sky, Allah said, "Strike the ground with your foot. This is a spring for you to wash in and drink from." Surah Sa'd 38:42. Ayyub, Alayhi Salam, though weak, obeyed instantly. He struck the ground. From beneath his foot a fountain burst forth, cool, clear, sweet. He washed his body in it, and in an instant, the disease vanished. His skin returned, his strength returned, his beauty returned. Then he drank from it, and Allah restored him completely. The return of blessings. Not only did Allah heal him, He restored everything he had lost. His wealth returned, double. His land, more fertile than ever. His livestock, healthier than before. And his children? Allah gave him new children, and according to some reports, also returned his previous children. His home, once empty, was now filled with laughter, light, and life. But Ayyub, alayhi salam, did not forget. He did not say, "I deserve this." He did not return to comfort and forget the one who had always been there. He wept in sujud, and he said, "Ya Allah, I am forever in need of you." The oath and the mercy. During his illness, in a moment of human weakness, Ayyub, alayhi salam, had made an oath to punish his wife over a misunderstanding. But Allah, in His mercy, gave him a solution. "Take in your hand a bundle of grass and strike with it, and do not break your oath." Surah Sa'd 38:44. And so he struck her gently with a bundle of grass, keeping his oath without harming her. Such was the balance of justice and mercy in the life of a prophet. The lesson for us all. This is not just the story of a prophet who was tested. This is the blueprint for every soul in pain. When you're pushed to your limits, when your health, your wealth, your family, and even your faith feel like they're slipping away, remember Ayyub, alayhi salam, and whisper his dua. "Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Because the Lord who answered him is the same Lord who listens to you. So never stop calling upon Him, never stop trusting Him, and never stop being grateful, even in your darkest hour. If this story moved your heart, then don't let it end here. Subscribe to this channel and join us on a journey through the untold and timeless stories of the prophets, where every story is a light in the darkness of our times. And share this video with someone who's struggling right now, because perhaps this is the story they needed to hear. And Allah knows, your click might be the reason someone finds hope again.